All right. So, thank you, Robin and Susan, for being here today and talking about mentoring and what that looks like here at Greater Things and what that means to each of you. And I just appreciate you coming, Susan, to have the conversation. Can you start by telling us, Robin, what does mentoring mean to you?
To me, mentoring looks like a life-on-life relationship. Just coming along and walking alongside with someone and letting the Holy Spirit lead the relationship.
Susan, what would you say that mentoring, especially after having walked through it with Robin, what does that mean to you?
There's a deeper level of trust. There's a deeper level of vulnerability for myself. Just a growth in areas I didn't know that I needed that. A very personal relationship that has my best interest at heart.
So good. What would you say is different about this mentoring relationship than others that you may have been in before?
Oh, definitely valued as an adult. Like, just valued, honored, heard, seen, like, just genuine love.
So good. We talk a lot about doing life by invitation here at GT and making sure that there's permission before you go walking into somebody's heart. How would you say that that looks for each of you, Robin?
I think it's taken several years, I guess, for us to grow a friendship. And it started with growing a friendship.
Definitely.
And then how would you say that looks for you, Susan? Like some specifics on what does it mean to feel honored as
So
an
we
adult?
definitely started with growing a friendship, because when we met, we didn't go, and one day we'll be mentor relationship. It was just a sweet, sweet friendship that was built on time and listening and trust and value around some of the smallest details or gifts that God had given me, and she just, with her whole heart, listened. And then it just got more personal through one of the hardest seasons of my life. She's probably listened to my stories over and over and over, and some tears over and over and over. And just the gentleness of the Holy Spirit through Robin has been one of the kindest gifts that God could give me.
What makes this work so well? Like, what's the secret sauce?
For me, it's Susan's given me permission to go into the private places that not everybody gets to. And that's a place that you only get there by invitation. And it's an honor to carry that. And the Holy Spirit is like the superpower in the relationship. And He is always working in me and through me and in her and through her.
What would you say is the secret sauce?
Definitely the Holy Spirit. There's a bond and a trust that when a text is sent or received from either party about what time works for you, there's no criticism or judgment if it doesn't work for the both of us. Because there's that honor built there. There's that value that we've built there. There's just that trust foundation. And so we trust the Lord that He will give our calendars the correct timing and the correct amount of space. And when it happens, sometimes it's by accident and it's wonderful. Sometimes it's planned and it is the right time with the right words. Like you just feel it's meant to be.
So good. All right. And Susan, what's something specifically that has made this feel like a safe relationship for you? I know a lot of people are like, ooh, that kind of vulnerability feels scary. What makes this safe?
without a doubt, the trust and the confidentiality. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that what comes out of my mouth and my heart is not going to be told, and I'm not going to be walking into a situation that's every eye on me somewhere down the road.
Robin, how would you say that you've been intentional about building that kind of relationship? Because that's like core to who you are. I've heard you talk about that multiple times.
It's being that vulnerable and opening up the private chambers of your pain. Like, I've been on that side, like, where to give people access to be that vulnerable. Like, not everybody can carry that. Not everybody gets that. Not everybody knows what to do with that. And it's an intimate business. But it's in those places that the Lord can do His most beautiful work. And it's sacred. Like, when it's sacred.
I think it's also a sign of spiritual maturity. Very much so.
So good. All right. Susan, what's the biggest value that you take away from this mentoring relationship?
The encouragement. Whether it's a phone call, whether it's a text, whether it's an invitation for coffee, whether it's the Lord prompted me to share another healing step in my grief journey with Robin. The encouragement every step of the way. The grace if I get on a little plateau for a while. Like, there's just grace. There's not a rush. Which goes back to, I feel heard, I feel seen, I feel safe.
So good. And Susan, what's something that you would want other people to know about being mentored? If you could tell anybody.
It's fun. It starts with a friendship, and it's just a close gift from the Lord. It's not rules and boundaries like you would think. I go back to the movie The War Room with Miss Clara and the real estate agent, and I really kind of think that that's what me and Miss Robin have, is the War Room experience. I didn't know I needed a Robin. I didn't realize that there were needs in my heart that were empty, that only somebody like Robin could fill. In a sisterhood way, I didn't have a sister growing up. I lost my mom before I was 30. And so along the way, there was places that got dry, and there was places that just kind of got overlooked. And so I really didn't know I needed a Robin, a mentor, until the Lord gave me Robin.
Robin, what's something that you would want other people who are thinking about being a mentor to know as they think about training for that role?
Confidentiality is key. Building trust is key. And it's not I'm not there, we're not there to fix anybody. It's the Holy Spirit's job to, He is the center of focus, and it's listening, seeing, valuing, and listening to your person and listening to the Holy Spirit. And there is an exchange, a growth and an exchange on both parties.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.